Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this video is all about CMA Final Group 3 study strategy. I am going to be speaking in English in this video so that not only Tamil people and people all over India gets benefited from this video. That's why I'm going to be speaking in English and not in Tamil. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing my journey of how I cleared CMA Final Group 3 on my first attempt with exemption in 2 subjects. So I'm going to show my mark sheet. So this is my mark sheet. It is not very good marks, at the same time it is not very bad marks also. So in these 2 subjects, in law and SCM, I scored exemption. So in these 2 papers I scored in 50s. So I'm going to be sharing how many hours I studied each day and how much months it took and what subjects I prioritized and what topics I studied first. So I'm going to be speaking about all this in this video. So I will also be sharing best faculties, so which faculties classes you can buy so that you get benefited from this from studying from those faculties. So I'm going to be mentioning few faculties name and few YouTube channels also. Let me make something clear. I'm not promoting anyone, nobody paid me or something like that. I'm not promoting a particular teacher or something like that. I'm just going to be sharing my honest experience. So first of all, I joined a coaching class. Did I go coaching? Yes, I joined a coaching class, but I did not study from that coaching class. Yes, I paid the fees and I brought the classes, but I did not study from that coaching class. The only thing was I have done my foundation and CMA Inter Group 1 in that coaching class. So blindly I brought those classes only to realize that they have not completed the portion on time. They did not complete all the chapters. It was recorded class only. I'm not going to be mentioning my coaching class name so that I don't want to de-promote anyone. So I'm not going to be telling something bad about that coaching class. So I'm not mentioning the name of that coaching class. I did not study from that coaching class, so it was like self-study only. So I cleared this exam by self-study only. For the namesake I joined coaching, but I did not study from this coaching class. Okay, so I watched fully from YouTube only. I completed all my portions fully from YouTube only. So in which order I started the subjects? So first I started with SCM, strategic cost management. Why I started with SCM? Because in CMA Inter Group 2 we have a subject called operations management, OM. So these 2 subjects are very similar. So SCM is like if you have cleared Inter recently only, it means SCM will be easy for you. So if you have cleared Inter before 1 year or before 2 years, it means SCM will be easy for you, because SCM is like cost accounting, management accounting and OM. These 3 subjects combined we will get SCM. So first in SCM I did this operations management part, this quantitative techniques part, because most of the topics we have already studied in Inter itself. So linear programming we have studied in Inter itself. So the only thing is we have simplex and all in this in final. So linear programming, transportation, all these chapters we have already studied in Inter itself. Some advanced topics will be there. So game theory we didn't study in Inter. So game theory, simulation, these are all very easy chapters. Network, PERT, CPM and all. Learning curve we studied in management accounting. So business application of maxima and minima is calculus. I am not a max student. I did not study max in 11th and 12th. So this was a little bit difficult for me, but after knowing these calculus concepts and all, this chapter is very easy, because we don't have to think anything. So simply we can use the formula. There will be some formula only in calculus. There will be some formula, we have to learn that formula, and then here we will have some for this there will be one format like that. For unconstrained or optimization we have one format. For equilibrium of a firm we have one format like that. There will be something. So simply by applying that we can get the answer. There will not be any complications. Only thing is we need to understand calculus. So if we understand calculus easily in this chapter, we can score 7 marks if they ask this question in exam. So business application of maxima and minima, many students think it is very big chapter, it is fully of max, but it's not like that. The only thing is you need to understand some calculus. After learning calculus, this chapter is very easy only. You can easily score marks. And then business forecasting models, this also we have studied in Inter itself, regression, time series and all. And then data analytics is like theory, so it is like theory. So I didn't study theory, I kept theory for last. I didn't study theory at first. So I joined coaching in April, but I didn't study from that coaching. So first of all, I started this SCM in April itself. So let us say that I took 1 month for this quantitative techniques alone, and then only I came to this strategic cost management, this first part of this subject, that is costing. So first of all, I did not study this chapter because it is theory. This also is theory, and module 3 is not theory. So this one is fully from management accounting. So we have studied management accounting in internal, that only this chapter is. So decision involving alternative choices, these are all is fully purely cost based things. So transfer pricing we have studied in inter. So some chapter will be easy, transfer pricing, target costing, some small chapter will be there. It will be already we have studied in inter itself. So those chapter I covered first. So transfer pricing, target costing and all I covered first. Then activity based costing also we have studied in inter, so that one I studied. And then standard costing is we have some advanced thing here. In inter we have studied material variance, labor variance, fixed overhead variance, and some topics like that. So here it will be little bit advanced, same formula only, but here it will be little bit advanced. Many students think the standard costing is very very difficult, but once you are conceptually cleared, standard costing will not be difficult. It is very interesting. So for variance analysis or standard costing, I referred Atul Agarwal videos, so it is there in Hindi only. I'm so sorry if you don't understand Hindi. So I am also Tamil only. I can understand little bit Hindi, but I cannot speak Hindi. But I have to say this, I'm not talking any politics. I feel North Indian classes are little bit better than South Indian classes. I'm not creating any politics at all. So my opinion is North Indian classes are little bit better. So I watched Atul Agarwal's video for standard costing, and after completing these things, so first I did this transfer pricing, target costing, ABC costing, and then variance analysis. After completing these, I studied the remaining videos. For studying these remaining things, I saw SJC's marathon. Marathon, that sir had solved. There is one sir called Satish Jalan sir. He have solved every illustration and every exercise problem of SCM. So I used his videos to help me solve these problems, and I also watched CMA Ashutosh Lata. So even if you don't understand Hindi, simply you can watch their notes, and you don't have to listen to them. They will write the notes, right? So you can watch their notes, and they will use mind maps and all. So you can watch those videos and you can understand those. So I referred his videos for completing the remaining chapter. And then for all the subjects, I kept theory at last only. I didn't study this theory. So now I have completed SCM. So first 1.5 months I focused on SCM only. I will work out every single illustrations. I will not simply see, okay, this illustration, this is something only, we use the formula, we get the answer, okay, tick, like that I won't do. I will write every illustration. I will use my pen and paper and solve every single sum that is there in the book. Even if I don't practice the exercise, I will practice all the illustrations given in the study material. So let me say that I have not practiced exercise itself. So first of all, I will complete all the illustration, which means I am going to write everything. I am not going to look at the answer. I will look at the question alone, and I will try to write the answer on my own. If I am not able to solve, means I will look at the book. So that's how I completed SCM. And I started the next subject, which is law. So direct tax, okay, law I kept it last. Law is theory, so I thought I will study that at last. So next is I started with direct tax. So I like direct tax more than GST. So in inter we have both subjects combined, direct tax and indirect tax. I don't like indirect tax. From inter itself I like only direct tax. So here in final we have only direct tax. In group 3 we have only income tax. In group 4 only we have GST. So in direct tax some topics there in inter but not given in final book. Okay, some topics like deductions, chapter 6A deductions, those and all, they are in inter only. So we don't have a separate chapter in final, but they will ask those questions in exam. You don't have to think like, okay, this is not in final, why I have to study some inter level topics and all, I will not study like that. You cannot think, because they will ask in exam. You need to know all the chapters there in inter in order to study CMA final direct tax. So since I completed inter in December 2023, I completed inter in December 2023 and I wrote final in December 2024. So there was only 1 year gap. So in direct tax will change, no, every year there will be some amendments. So since there was only 1 year gap, there were very little amendments. So studying this direct tax was little bit easy for me. Okay, so first of all, I completed MAT and AMT. MAT and AMT. MAT means for company, and AMT is not given more importance in CMA final. It is given more importance in CA final, but we have to study both MAT and AMT. So in this thing, first I studied MAT AMT and then I studied non-resident taxation. So how I studied is, I watched the BCCA marathon. So now you cannot watch BCCA marathon because it is different assessment year. So in June exam it will be different assessment year. If you are going to write in June 2025, it is different assessment year. So don't watch BCCA old marathon now. If they upload a new marathon like 1 month before exam means, you can watch. So BCCA, there is one sir called CA Bhaskar Maham. It is there in English only, so South Indians can also watch. So this fully I have studied direct tax fully from his marathon. His marathon was very, very effective. I am not promoting anyone, so I am just saying my honest opinion. So first I studied MAT AMT and then non-resident, and then only I studied trust mutual association and all. So we have slab rates and all, no. So you have to revise those slab rates regularly. It is not like, okay, I will remember the slab rate now I will do the sum, so after 2 months I will forget everything. Like that we cannot do. So what I did was, I wrote all the slab rates, all the rates of all the companies, and every single rate which is there in income tax. So TDS rates also I wrote in one paper, and I stuck that paper in my cupboard. So daily for one time I will see this. In childhood and all, we will study tables, no. So daily we will remember tables and all. 8 ones are 8, 8 2s are 16, like that daily we will revise, no. Like that I revised tax rates daily, so that I can remember till the exam. So suddenly 1 month before exam we cannot get some super knowledge and all, and we cannot by heart all the rates in 1 month before exam itself. So please start studying tax rates from day 1 itself. So in this return of income, this is fully theory. It will be fully theory only, and it will be very, very easy also. So you cannot think like this is very easy, why I should study this at first, like that you cannot think. So return of income and all, it will be very, very easy. So different income return will be there, and due dates will be there. It is like story. You can study like a story. Return of income, assessment procedure, and interest and fees I kept it last because it was not nice. I didn't like that, so that's why I kept it last. It was like small topics. I felt that by seeing past year question papers, I felt this will be asked in like 1 mark only. Why should I study like that, I thought. And interest and fees I didn't give importance. So surveys, search and seizure and all, I liked that very much. It is like one movie only. So in Tamil we have one movie called Thana Sendu Kootam. In that movie income tax ride and all they will go. So I imagined like a movie and I studied like a story. So it was very, very interesting. And then collection, recovery and refund of tax also I kept it last because I didn't feel it was very important. So you cannot also, you cannot, okay, this girl didn't see that this is important, I will also see like that you cannot see. So please make sure to analyze past year question papers, and then only you can give importance to what and all topics. And then in this chapter I didn't study settlement commission and advance ruling. I studied appeal, rectification and revision. So you have to know some topics like total merger and partial merger. So in past year questions they have asked like this only. They will give some story. So this boy go to that appeal, that this court he went, within how many days he have to go to the next court, like that they will ask. It will be like case studies only. So if you know in which is the hierarchy, so first we have that CIT, like that to whom we should appeal, like that hierarchy will be there. We have to remember within how many days we should file the case with them, and how much fees we have to pay, and the section numbers and all. So if you remember that, you can easily answer case study based questions. And then penalties and prosecution I kept it last, because it was like a very very small topic, like it will be asked in 2 marks only, like that I thought, and I kept it last. So interest and fees and penalties and prosecution I kept till last only. So this business restructuring is very 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 important. Okay, so there will be some conditions. If that condition is satisfied means this will be considered as amalgamation, or this will be considered as lump sale, like that only it will be there. So this is fully some, but there is theory also, we should study theory also. So in exam they will give, like they will not give this is slum sale, now you calculate the answer, like that they will not give. So they will give, there is one entity, that entity is transferred to another entity, 50% of the shareholders become the partners of that partnership. So to say the tax provision, like that they will ask. So you have to write an exam, yes, more than 51% has become, like this there will be some conditions. So you have to write those conditions, and then only you have to solve the problem. So you cannot blindly that okay, I will learn all the problems and I will go and write the exam, like that you cannot do. You have to learn all the theory also in this chapter. So this chapter is very very important. So as far as what is important is concerned, we have to study MAT, AMT, non-resident taxation, and then this chapter, this slum sale, this business restructuring, definitely one question will be asked from this. And then the next is different aspects of tax planning. So this is tax planning, tax avoidance, tax evasion, like that one chapter will be there. So you have to know the difference between these things. So in one attempt directly they will give some serial number. So we have to say this is tax planning or tax evasion, like that we have to just identify. For that they will give 7 marks. So very direct questions will be asked. You just have to know the difference between tax planning, tax avoidance, tax management, tax evasion and all. So everything will be there inside the book itself. So you just have to understand those. You cannot blindly by heart those. You have to know the difference between these 4, and you can easily score marks in this chapter. And then there is also one thing. So they will ask whether perquisites is better or allowance is better. So most people think that this is from inter chapter, this is out of syllabus, this is not in final, like that they will think, but it is there in tax planning chapter. So you don't have to study the entire salary chapter and all. You don't have to study the retirement benefits and all. From inter you have to study allowance and perquisites. You can simply watch any one marathon video. So you can simply watch inter marathon salary chapter, like that means many videos will come now in YouTube. Simply watch the video and go. So you have to know all the perquisites and allowances. So in my attempt, in December 2024 attempt, there was one amendment. So in I think in house rent allowance or rent free accommodation, I don't know, I think in rent free accommodation only. So there was one amendment. So this is coming in perquisites. So perquisites, it's there in tax planning chapter. So that we have to study, even though it is salary is not there in CMA final, we have to study because the salary concept is there in tax planning chapter. So different aspects of tax planning, and you have to know motor car also. So in inter itself we will scold this topic. No, we don't like this topic, this motor car, like different thing is there, how will I remember? In inter itself some of us think that we can leave this like that, but in final we have to study this, we have no other choice. So motor car directly they won't ask, but in tax planning chapter they may ask. So that employee is given motor car, in one case he is given motor car, in another case he is not given motor car, instead he is given some money for that. So calculate which is better for that employee, like that they will ask. So you need to study salary in salary chapter you have to study perquisites and allowance. Next, CBDT and other authorities, just know the which authority will come in lower position, which authority will come in higher position. There will be one hierarchy, so you have to study that. It is like very very easy. You can remember that person is grandfather, below that person the father will come, and then small people will come, like that you can remember. The children will come, like that. In you can remember this CBDT and other authorities. And then e-commerce transaction liability in special cases, this is very very important. It is very very small topic only. So tonnage taxation will come under this only. So tonnage taxation and equalization levy. So this both is very very small chapter. In tonnage you have to remember that rate alone. So at first I told no, you write all the rate in one paper and stick in your cupboard and daily revise that. So do this also. In tonnage also there will be some slab rates, like that it will be there. So up to this amount, up to this ton means there will be some amount, like that. So revise this tonnage taxation daily. And then these two I didn't study. these 3 chapters I didn't touch itself because there is full of theory. I don't like this. So these 3 is like C category, there won't be questions from it. So I'm not giving guarantee, like I'm not saying you also don't study like that, I'm not saying. But as per past year analysis, these 3 topics are like least priority. So I didn't study this because I thought maybe I can leave this an option, like that I thought, and I didn't study these 3 topics. So this one, next we come to international taxation. DTAA is very very important. Double taxation avoidance agreement is very very important. So you have to study all the sections, all the theory also. So in income tax we have very very less section. As far as final, in CMA Inter we have many section numbers, but in CMA Final we have very few section numbers. So in DTAA I remembered all the section numbers. So this is very very easy, DTAA is. And there will be some theory also, so make sure to study both theory and sums in DTAA. And then transfer pricing. So this transfer pricing is different from cost accounting transfer pricing. Okay, so computation of arm's length price alone. So there will be different methods, we have to compute the arm's length price, and there will also be some theory. So make sure to study these, give importance to these 2 chapters. So if you study these 2 chapters means you can easily score 14 marks. Okay, so out of 100 you can easily score 14 marks if you study these 2 chapters. Minimum 14 marks I am saying. So that's all is about CMA Final direct tax. So first of all, what we have to study is, we have to first in this module we have to study non-resident taxation, MAT, AMT. So what I'm saying is, you don't have idu mattu padichittu pona podum, like that I'm not saying. So I'm not saying this alone you have to study, I'm not saying like that. But what priority you should give is, first study non-resident taxation, and then MAT, AMT, and then go to this one, business restructuring. So first this one, and then go to business restructuring, and then study double taxation avoidance agreement and transfer pricing, and then come to this one, because this is like story only, it will be very very easy. And then appeal revision rectification, and then these 2 is very very easy. Tax planning and e-commerce transaction is very very easy, and then you can study the remaining. So why I didn't score exemption in direct tax? So I say that I like the direct tax so much, like that I said, but I didn't score exemption, I scored in my 50s only. So what happened was, I gave importance to big topics. I studied AMT, MAT, I studied all the big topics. I didn't study that inter-level topics, I didn't study AT and ATC deductions or all. I didn't give much importance to those. I thought that and all they will ask in final, we are studying final, why they are going to ask ATC and all, like that I thought. But they asked that, they asked deductions, they gave some deductions in that boy chose old regime, this boy chose new regime, say which will be beneficial for that assessee, like that and all. Inter-level topics and all they asked in final. That's why I was able to score only 50s in direct tax. So don't think that this and all they will ask that and all, why they are going to ask we are studying final, why they will ask inter-level topics, like that don't think. So make sure to study both inter-level. You don't have to like fully study all the heads of income, like that I'm not saying. What I'm saying is, study TDS, TCS, and then ATC, and then allowances. AT means all the deductions, ATC, ATD, ATTTA, ATTTB, everything. Study all those, and then all the amendments. So in this attempt, in June 2025 attempt, we have many amendments in capital gains. So study all the amendments and go. So you don't have to fear for direct tax. So as per my opinion, direct tax is much simpler than strategic financial management. So you can easily score exemption in direct tax if you have studied recently, means there will be very very few amendments only. So you can just study those amendments, and then these topics which I have said, I have put numbers no. So if you studied in that order, means you can easily score exemption in direct tax. And the next is strategic financial management. I studied strategic financial management as a 3rd subject. So as per my strategy, I studied SCM first, and then direct tax, and then strategic financial management. So I hate this subject, so I don't like this subject at all. So financial management we have studied in inter. I thought this will be also like that only, it will be very very jolly, like that I thought, but this was very very different. So I'm not demotivating anyone, I'm so sorry, I'm not demotivating anyone, but as per my opinion, I don't like this subject. So as far as this subject is concerned, this one is capital budgeting. So capital budgeting we have already studied in inter, so I thought I will study this first. So capital budgeting, some risk analysis and all will be there. So first is a simple capital budgeting which is there in inter, and then we have this risk analysis in capital budgeting. So I studied these things first, and then leasing decision I studied first, and securitization I did not study at all. Even one day before exam also I didn't study securitization. So these three modules I studied, and then this is theory I didn't study. So equity and bond valuation. So equity and bond valuation, there is some confusion. Okay, so equity and bond valuation, there is very few topics in CMA. Okay, but in CA there are some advanced level topics also. Now what our ICMA will do is, our ICMA is Mahan, they will copy paste questions from CA final. So you have to study CA final also. So I'm not saying study all the, put all the sums from CA final. I'm not studying like, I'm not saying like that. For this chapter there is one thing called scanner. No, so in scanner we have some new formulas. For bond valuation we have very different formula and all. That formula is not there in CMA final book, but they will ask in exam. So bond valuation and equity valuation, study from scanner. So you have to study scanner sums for bond valuation and equity valuation. You cannot simply say that I will study only study material and go like that. You cannot say. So equity and bond valuation, they will ask very different questions in exam. So I thought for last 3 attempts they asked the same formula method only. In bond valuation there will be one formula, directly we use the formula, means we will get answer. For last 3 attempts they asked that only. So I thought I will this attempt also they will ask that only, and I studied that and go. But they asked some different level questions. I was not able to attend that questions itself. It was very hard. Equity and bond valuation, there is no other choice. We have to study from scanner also. If possible, do questions from CA final study material for this chapter alone. Okay, download CA final study material and do sums for equity and bond valuation alone if possible. Okay. And then mutual funds. So mutual funds is very easy. We just has to calculate NAV, and then there will be some big sums also. So there will be some assets, we have to minus liabilities. So this one is very easy, mutual funds. And portfolio theory also is easy. So fully formula based, you have to study all the formula, there is no other choice, and then you can easily solve these sums. And portfolio performance evaluation, portfolio revision, this one is theory. I didn't study theory, so I'm blaming myself. Okay, I scored only 54, I think 54, I don't remember how much I scored. So I scored only 54 in SFM. I thought I will fail this paper because it was very difficult. So why I am saying it was very difficult is because I didn't study the theory chapters and all. So I am boldly saying no, this is theory, I didn't study itself. So that's why I felt this chapter, this subject as little bit tough. So these things I didn't study at all. And then risk in financial market also, theory I didn't study. So financial derivatives is very important. So derivatives, foreign exchange is very important. So like for direct tax I studied I said that order. No, so similarly for SFM, first you study financial derivatives and then you study foreign exchange management. So easily you can score 14 marks. And then study capital budgeting. This is very easy because we already know in inter, right? So capital budgeting and risk analysis we can keep as 3. And then mutual funds and portfolio. And then at last study equity and bond valuation. And then the theory if possible. So leasing you can study at 7 as 7th topic. Okay, so leasing is like in our book we have very simple sums only. So make sure to do past year question paper. I'm not going to promote anyone, but what I am saying is I used CA Nagendra Shah's question bank because everybody in the internet was using it. So I joined some random Telegram groups and random WhatsApp group and all. So everybody was saying about his book. So I also bought his book and I solved it. So exact same question of leasing came in exam. So exactly same question. Numbers alone was changed. So the concept and all was exactly same. From his book, exact same question for 7 marks came in December 2024 attempt. So foreign exchange also exact same question came. So if possible, buy his book. If you know Hindi, watch his revision videos. Okay, if you don't know Hindi means buy CN Nahendra Shah's question bank, and there is also one solution book also. So if possible, buy all his book. There will be concept books, question bank, solution book, and study from it. If you do self study means also, if you follow those things, you can easily score exemption in strategic financial management. So digital finance, this theory alone I studied, because I thought digital finance is like one section. No, so in this theory and all coming in section C is in section C we have some sums also from theory also, but in this one digital finance, so digital finance alone coming in separate section, so one theory itself coming in separate section. So I gave more importance to it and I studied digital finance. So digital finance theory alone I studied, so remaining theory I didn't study. So in this order I completed SFM. And then this law, I came to this law. I don't like law at all. I scored exemption in law, but I don't like law. While studying inter also, I was it is all my fate. Why I have to study law? I am not a lawyer. I am not studying to become lawyer. I am going to study cost. I am going to become cost accountant only. I like that I thought. In final also I thought the same thing. Why again I have to study law? I don't like it. I like that only I thought. But this subject helped me to get my aggregate. So most people don't like law. It is like I feel like sleeping only, like that only we will think, because it is fully theory. But this subject will help you score exemption and will increase your aggregate. So this is starting with Companies Act. So Companies Act, half of it is there in inter, so remaining half only you have to study. So first in company law I gave importance to board meetings, and then board of directors, and then inspection, inquiry, investigation, and then this company formation, conversion, investment, dividends, and the remaining topics. So I thought section 8 company, no, formation of section 8 company, that is there in inter only, no. So this board of meetings and a board meeting and all is like some advanced topic. So inter level topics and all, why they will ask an exam like that I thought, but they asked in this attempt, they asked section 8 companies in this attempt. So there will be nominee and all, no, that one person will be there, that one person will say if I die means another person will become the one person, that person is called nominee, that person should be resident, like that some condition and all there we studied in inter. So why they are going to ask inter level topic in final, like that I thought, but they asked. So you don't be like that, make sure to study what and all is given in book, make sure to study it. And then insolvency and bankruptcy code is like story only. So how the company will be insolved, what will happen if the company is insolved, what will happen if that person is there, and like that only it will be the liquidation of a corporate person, and CRP and all, personal insolvency. And then corporate so in CMA final law there is very little section numbers. So in inter it was like all the subjects are like act only. Do you understand what I'm saying? So in inter we studied like contract act, sales of goods act, partnership act. So it was like act only. So there was very many section numbers. But in final this one is act, Companies Act is an act. So insolvency and bankruptcy code, it is like very small chapter. So there will be very less section number only. This is not act itself, so it is like some story only. So this is very easy, there is no section number. And then SEBI laws and regulations, this 3 topics only is there. These 3 are very easy. And then Competition Act is also very small chapter. Foreign exchange management is like some person go to foreign means what investment they can make, like that only it is there. And then these 2 I left it. Banking and insurance I left it. So in this page I don't have, but if you have the book in your hand, go to that first page, there will be some percentage, no, so how much weightage will be there in exam, like that they will be given. So these 2 things both combined I think only 10 marks, like that only. So this 2 is very big. So I thought why I have to study big chapters for like 10 marks, so I didn't study these 2 itself. And then I study MSME, cyber security. This and all is very easy. So anti-money laundering. So these 2 are very small chapters only. So in CMA final law you have to study all the section numbers, because we have very few section number only, no. Companies Act, study all the section numbers. First complete the Companies Act. So first complete board meeting procedure, and then don't be like they will not ask inter level topic and all, like that don't think. So first complete Companies Act, and then go to and then go to insolvency and bankruptcy code, and then go to MSME, FEMA, those things study. So this will be very very big. So I'm studying first. If you I'm saying that if you study big chapters at first, you can keep small chapters at last. So I'm saying that first study Companies Act, and then study IBC, insolvency and bankruptcy code, and then study FEMA, and then study the remaining topics. So if you complete these 3 chapters at first, you will get some confidence. Oh, we have completed most of the portions, like that you will get some confidence, and then you can study these small chapters. So some people will say law means we have to do some writing practice and all. I didn't do any writing practice and all. I studied law only 2 months before exam. I started law only 2 months before exam. I'm not dumping my opinion on anyone. I'm not saying I did like that only, so you also do like that. Like that I'm not saying. What I'm saying is, if you don't have time for writing practice, you don't have to worry. Some YouTube channel will be there, that person will say like this, another person will say like this. So what I'm saying is, here everyone's what you feel right, follow that. Okay, I'm not saying you have to write all the thing and then only you can get pass mark in law, like that I'm not saying. I didn't have any writing practice and all, so I only studied. So I followed Shubham Singhal's summary notes, same thing which they have given in study material, only given in his book also. But in he will be his book notes are very very small. There will be some colors, so I feel like it is very interesting. So that's why I used his notes. But if you don't want to buy his notes, means you can simply follow our study material itself. Shubham Singhal's summary notes I studied, and then I used BCCA marathon. So there is one ma'am, CMA Bhavya ma'am. So I used her marathon and then CA Shubham Singhal's notes, and that's how I completed law. So if I have to say best faculties, so best faculties as per my opinion, okay, in both English and Hindi I will say. Okay, in Tamil I don't know, because I didn't watch any Tamil videos. In YouTube also, if you search CMA Final in Tamil, means nothing will come. So in English and in Hindi I will say. For law we can do like this: English, Hindi. For law, BCCA in English, and then Shivangi Agarwal ma'am. Shivangi, I'm writing in short form. Okay, for law in Hindi, CA Shubham Singhal. So she is also CA only. So CA Shivangi Agarwal ma'am is teaching in Hindi also. So for law you can follow them. And then for SFM in English, BCCA. So we have no other choice other than BCCA in English. That's why I'm saying BCCA. So but as per my opinion, CA Nagendra Shah sir is teaching very good than BCCA as per my opinion. Please don't scold me in comment. Okay, CA Nagendra Shah for SFM. And then we also have Atul Agarwal. So there is one channel called Air One Atul Agarwal, like that. There will be 2 brothers, like they will be very very lean, like that. 2 brothers will be there. It is there in Hindi only. So I don't know if it is Atul or Ajay. I think Ajay Agarwal. One brother will teach SFM, another brother will teach tax. So Ajay Agarwal. Okay, for SFM. And then for tax in English, BCCA is very very good. Even I will say, if you know Hindi also, buy BCCA Bhaskar Magam's class, like that I will say. So this BCCA tax is very very good. Okay, so BCCA for English, this is very very good. Okay, and then for Hindi I will say Vijay Sarda sir, but it is there, it is not like CMA exclusive. So why I'm saying BCCA is BCCA direct taxes CMA exclusive. So some topics is there in CA final, it is not there in CMA. It is there in CMA means it is not there in CA, like that it will be there. There will be some confusion if you watch CA Vijay Sadar sir's video or like that. So I am saying you can buy BCCA class if possible, because it is fully for CMA alone. So CA Vijay Sada, there is also another one sir, BV sir, Banwar Burana sir is there in Hindi. And then Atul Agarwal. Okay, Ajay Agarwal is for SFM, Atul Agarwal is for tax. So these 2 are brothers only. So if possible, even if you are North Indian, even if you want to buy Hindi class, means if possible please buy BCCA, because BCCA is fully CMA exclusive only. For tax alone I am suggesting BCCA is better. I am suggesting for SFM and all I won't suggest. For tax alone BCCA is better. For SCM, BCCA only. In English there is no other option other than BCCA. In SCM In English, in Hindi we have CS Satish Jalan sir, SJC. And then I forgot his name. Ashutosh Latta. I already said Ashutosh Latta. I don't know if this spelling is correct. Okay. So these are all the best faculties as per my opinion. So if you know both English and Hindi, which I can choose, like that you are asking means what I will say. Okay. So I'm going to say, if you know both Hindi and English, which is best, which faculty I can buy, like that you are asking means I will say, for Hindi you can buy Shivangi Agarwal. Both Hindi and English, Shivangi Agarwal ma'am is there. So if you know both language means you can buy CA Shivangi Agarwal. For SFM, if you know Hindi also, if you know English also, then buy CA Nagendra Shah. For tax, if you know Hindi also, if you know English also, then also buy BCCA, because BCCA is CMA exclusive. For SCM, you can buy CMA Ashutosh Lata. So what I have highlighted is as per my opinion which one is best. For SFM, I will say please buy CA Nagendra Shah's question bank, because that question bank will contain both CA final questions and CMA final questions, and if you have practiced that, that means you can easily pass. For another faculty I forgot to mention. So there is one sir called CA Nikhil Jobanputra. CA Nikhil Jobanputra, he is teaching SFM in English. Okay, so these are all the best faculties. And then some advice if I want to give means, what I will say is, it don't be like I will do group study only, like that. As per my opinion, don't talk with your friends. I'm not a bad person, or why I'm saying is, don't compare your plan with your friends. So now you will say I have studied this much, like that you will say. Another friend will say, oh, you have studied that much only, I studied 3 chapters, you studied 1 chapter only, like that they will say, and then you will feel bad, you will feel some inferiority complex. So if you're going to ask doubt means, okay, you can ask doubt, but don't be like, you studied that chapter today, I will also study this chapter only. Some people will ask me in WhatsApp and all, so you studied what topic daily, you will say to me, and then I also will study, like that. Don't do like that. Okay, you do as per your plan, your friend can do as per their plan. Don't do like group study and then waste time, like that. Don't do. That's what I'm saying. And then you don't have to watch TV, don't you can do some relaxation for 1 hour, like that you can do. You don't have to binge watch, you don't have to use Instagram and all. So I studied completely at home only, so I didn't go college also. So I completed BCom, and I didn't join articleship. So I passed CMA Inter. Okay, CMA Inter I finished in December 2023, but I finished BCom in April 2024 only. So I didn't join articleship immediately. From April to December I studied for CMA Final Group 3 full time. Okay, so as per my opinion, even after spending full time, I scored less marks only. So that's why I'm saying don't have any distractions. Okay, you can you can have some relaxation, but don't be like, I will watch reels all day, I will share with them, I will talk with my friends, I will go out, like that. Don't waste time. Okay, because you don't have to like spend all the time celebrating and all. Okay, so if you sacrifice few months, your life will be changed forever. So that's why I'm saying like that. So that's all this video is about. So my channel is all about teaching CMA Inter. Okay, CMA Inter in Tamil. So there are not many faculties in Tamil. That's why I'm posting videos. I'm not saying I am one teacher or like that. I'm not boasting about myself. So I have started posting videos. I will post videos only when I have time, because I'm doing articleship now. So that's why I'm not able to post videos regularly. So if you are new to this channel, and if you're a Tamil person and you want to study inter topics in Tamil, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.